first thing we have to realize in answering this question is that by the end of the 19th century in Europe, almost every regime, including conservative monarchical regimes like in Prussia, had some form of representational government in place. Elections had become a necessary part of a government's legitimacy. This maybe the holdout, the last holdout was Russia. That meant that there was a notion of equality, which was essential to one's sense of national identity. And this time, everybody was a member of the nation in the same way. That's why they were given the vote. And if equality is in place, then those who want to maintain differences in society have to come up with a new language in order to justify and reaffirm those distinctions. By the late 19th century, the language and vocabulary that was used to reaffirm these distinctions was the language of science, the language of biology in particular. Because if you could use the language of science in order to define those who you mistrusted or feared, then you could legitimate, even in this context of a country that privileges equality, you could justify the exclusion of those people. And so we see at this time the Jews, who had been subject to all kinds of Christian anti-Semitism for centuries, are suddenly being defined as a racial presence, as a group that has a distinct biological personality. We have the working classes themselves no longer seen as people with explicit political aims, but as a group of denatured people whose aspirations are a product of their biological depravity. We have colonialism justified on the biological inferiority of the colonial subjects in other parts of the world. The language of science became the way that people justified the kinds of exclusions that they still wanted to make, even in societies that had committed themselves in principle to regimes of equality.